Hello everyone and welcome back to TritonTv. Have I got a juicy one for you? So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and start the screen recording here. There we go. We're started. I'm going to go ahead and click a few times. Okay, where do I start? Okay, so right now you can see I have a notepad and I have all of the relevant information that I believe is relevant. So I'm just gonna kind of walk through it, show you a bunch of tabs open that I have in Chrome. Let's see how much RAM Chrome is using. Chrome is right now using 7 gigabytes of RAM, so yeah. Anyway, so here we go. So I'm just gonna go ahead and read through my list here, at least just really quickly. I'll go ahead and try to put timestamps in this video. It seems like people do not have attention span, but the other video has gotten 30,000 views, a lot of comments, and a lot of valid points. And my first few haters, I'll try to insert those here. So here we go. Here's things that I think are suspicious about this crash. Starting from the beginning, most of these notes are in chronological order. Some of them I had to edit, so. We know that there are 5 GoPros recording. We have the tail one, the left tail one facing the door. We have the outer left wing facing the door. There's an inner one, and I'll prove that it's a GoPro. Baron Flying Club, I've seen a few of your videos. It is a GoPro. I guarantee it. Absolutely guarantee it. Without a doubt, after you watch this video, you will have no doubt. And then we have the one on the dash facing back, and then we also have the one behind Trevor, behind his right up here in the little area, and that one seems to be the one that he uses as a selfie stick. And I'm going to try to prove all of this, so stick around. Yeah, so inside facing dash, outside closest to the door. Okay, so this was, I X'd this out, so yeah, no original Pitot tube. Okay, fill selector seems to be in the same position as the other video. There's actually a video on YouTube, I'll put it in the links to this video, of that exact tail number. It's the exact same plane, the fuel selector's there. The Pitot tube, there's an optical illusion that makes it look like whatever GoPro it is in the inner left wing. It makes it look like there's a cord that goes all the way to the engine bay. Total optical illusion, and I'm going to prove it to you. Frame by frame analysis, zooming close up from the outside. So, here we go. The fuel selector thing reads off, timestamp 149. So first I'm going to show you the tabs that I have in Chrome, and then I'm going to go through this, and then I'm going to pull up each timestamp in Premiere, and I'm going to prove to you everything. Okay, so here we go. So first thing, I'm going to go ahead and pull over all my Chrome tabs, and I just want to show one thing really quick. I have 30 dislikes on my video with 30,000 views and 964 likes. You guys really like that video. Thanks for coming around. I really appreciate it. Let me know if you see an ad. I don't know if there's ads anymore. I don't get the money, but it's interesting to know. I think when I approve the ones that have cussing, I think they turn off ads. Anyway, another Chrome tutorial. Control plus tab shifts through tabs, so you don't have to go and click on them. So we're going to go through the first one. Right here, we have the Taylorcraft with tail number NC29, or November Charlie 29508, and that is the exact one in the crash. As seen here, you can see the Pitot tube. I'll go ahead and pull up my screenshot that has it circled here. As you can see here, this is what I believe to be a Pitot tube, and a Pitot tube is what measures air speed. Maybe I pronounced it wrong, but whatever. So you can see this is here. There's no mount for a GoPro. And yeah, you see the exact same paint design. You can even see the fuel selector right there. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this, pull that out of the way, and we are going to take a peek at the notes here. Fuel selector thing, it reads off, timestamp 149. Let's pull up Premiere. We're gonna scrub to 149. 149.07. Let's go ahead and zoom in here. There we go. Alrighty, so a couple things to note in this frame. This GoPro is recording. This fuel selector reads off. I believe this is the right wing fuel selector is what Trent was saying, or yeah, Trent Palmer. You can see it says about, I think it says 6 gallons something, and then there's on, and then this says blah 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 fuel right. I don't know what it says. And you can see there's a screw hanging there. So things to note. GoPro on, fuel selector is the exact same. I will prove it to you, and I'm going to go ahead and scrub through this video here. There you go. That fuel selector thing is in the same position as Trevor's video, and we're going to go ahead and go a couple frames back here. Boom. Look at how far up the fuel thing is sticking up. Just take note to that. I don't see any bent tip, but we will see possible bent tip on the fuel indicator. I guess this is the fuel indicator for the main tank. I guess this plane has 3 tanks, if I'm understanding correctly. You have the main one in the engine bay area. I'm assuming it's a small tank. And then I would assume both wings have gravity-fed fuel tanks. Onward and over. So with that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and close this tab. Let's pull back up the notebook, and I'm going to go ahead and give a shout out to every single video that I've seen. There might be a few that I've watched that I don't mention here, but these are the main ones. So Searching for Trevor Jacob Wreckage by Scooby1961. Very good video, talks about flying over the thing. Very good video. Scooby has some amazing 4K footage, and I bet if he goes through that, he will find more things. I actually saw a bird in the footage, and I'm going to show you. So we're going to go ahead and close that out. Here's the other one where he talks about the fire extinguisher. That is the one that's recommending my video the most. Great video, check it out. And now, yeah, I think I just wanted to talk about this one and just say, hey, go check out the long talk that I did with my roommate if you want to learn more about what Trevor should have done in the plane crash. We go over the engine out procedure as well as a bunch of other related things with different aircraft and whatnot. Great stuff. My roommate is a certified professional pilot, section 135, I believe. It's charter flights. He flies a twin engine plane. He's a CFI, which stands for certified flight instructor, as well as certified flight instrument instructor. So anyway, go ahead and close that. This video is awesome, just plain silly. Thanks for coming around. I love your video, and yeah, good stuff. You seem like a great guy. So go check out his video. All these videos will be in the description. Baron Flying Club did a little analysis here, and we're going to actually go through this exact same thing in my video. So shout out to Baron Flying Club. Go say hi to him. Davin did a really interesting GPS report. I didn't actually watch this before I did anything. I did hear about it though, and I have since scrubbed through it a little bit, and I basically am going to do something very similar in this video. Go say hi to Davin. This one's really interesting. This person actually went on FlightAware and looked at the helicopter data of the supposed helicopter that picked up the plane. If anybody, this is really important, if anybody that watches this video, if you know anything about how to use the Wayback Machine and you take that URL, I'm going to actually post it. Go back, look at when this video is posted, and go back a few days or something, and see what you can see. I'll link the Wayback Machine if you know what that is. It's basically a website that takes snapshots of very popular websites, and you can actually go back in time and see what the website was like. Ding, 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 it's a time machine. Go back, look at the things. Anyway, go ahead and zoom back out here. I just wanted to do that for emphasis. So, good stuff, Buck. Say hi to Buck, everybody. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and run through my Google Earth things that I have. This is Lompoc Airport. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here. You can see runway 25 if you are heading to the almost west, and runway 7, which is almost direct east. It is just slightly north of east. As a matter of fact, it's 20 degrees north of east. Next frame. I will show you this exact same frame in the video that Trevor does, and I believe Trevor was only in the air for about 30 minutes, and my proof for that is the Taylor Craft's climbing speed is approximately 55 to 60 knots or miles. It's pretty close. And the crash site is about 30 miles from this airport. So do the math yourself. You can pretty much only be in the air for 30 minutes. And based off of the lighting and all of these screenshots that I look at, it's pretty much irrefutable that this was a one-shot thing, and it makes no sense. He was not headed towards Mammoth, if the Mammoth is indeed what I say. Okay, so here's Zaka Ridge, and this is Zaka Reservoir, I believe. This pronounced ridge here is so visible in the video. We're going to go over this frame as well. And then in the background you can see, I believe it's called Bald Mountain, which is right where the plane crashes. Next, okay, this is right above Bald Mountain. You can see the crash site here. This is an interesting one. So I wanted to recreate exactly where Trevor hiked, and these next three, this one, and this one, I believe you'll see the exact view in Trevor's video indicating which way he went down the mountain. That gives you a clue of which way he took next. We're going to talk about that in a bit, and I'm going to zoom out, and then because basically I went over the theory of, okay, if you did this and you did plan it, which way would you go to go out? And because of lighting and knowing that we're only about 3 weeks away from the winter solstice, you can judge that if it's almost exactly at noon, the sun is going to be coming from the southwestern side of the sky, because it's slightly south due to, you know, it being winter and the fact that it's setting, and it's whatever, it's on that side. You can just tell which direction he's walking. He's walking out towards the west, so I know exactly which direction he's walking. This is huge. There are at least 2 houses within about 2.5 miles of exactly where the plane crashed. So anybody who says, oh, this isn't a big deal, bull. This plane could have very easily went into these people's house. This is a big deal. These people could have been killed in their house without any knowledge of what was happening. And I'll zoom out and prove it to you, and I will measure it. Here's the second house. Now here is the flight aware for the helicopter in Bach Crockett, or whatever his name was. This is the URL that you're going to want to go onto on the Wayback Machine and check it out. Without further ado, we shall start scrubbing. I'm going to go ahead and move my notepad off to the side. I'm going to close the flight aware thing, and we're going to close my YouTube studio. All right, here we go. The fuel selector thing hanging, timestamp 149.07. I already showed you that. Okay, inner wing GoPro glimpse, it's upside down, timestamp 158. Oh, you know what, I'm going to mute the audio. I don't want to hear this crap. So we're going to go to timestamp 158.26. Note the door is not cracked at all. That'll be important later. Note the GoPro here. That footage was never used in this video at all. Zero. There's 0 frames from that clip. I'm assuming there's too much incriminating evidence. Alright, here we go. I want to make sure I'm still recording. Okay, we're still recording. Timestamp that we are looking for. Let's zoom out. We are looking for timestamp 158.26. Here we go. Take a look on the right side of the screen now. We are about to see the GoPro. I'm going to prove it to you. It is a GoPro. Look at that on the right side. That is very clearly a GoPro. There's a reflection right where the screen is, but let's zoom in here. We're going to scoot over. This is a GoPro, guaranteed. It is the exact same GoPro. Look at that. You see the screen? It's upside down. It's upside down. Let's zoom out. I'm going to prove it to you. Look at this one. Screen is on the right side. Scroll over. You got to move it a few frames. There's a reflection that's messing with it. Screen is on the left side, meaning the GoPro is upside down. It's really easy. If you've ever used a GoPro, it's super easy. All you do is change the setting and it flips the image. Even then, you can flip it in post. Super easy. Not a big deal. That GoPro has a lot of incriminating evidence if it survived the crash. Anyway, onward. Moving onward. Here we go. GoPro is recording at timestamp 2:01:08. Let's go forward a little bit. 2:01:08. This is the frame that I made note of. Notice, if I'm going to go forward and back, you can see the little black images on the screen. If you've ever used a GoPro, you know that it shows a little image of what mode you're in. It either shows picture or video. And you can very clearly see there are black something or another on there. Note the GoPro. Alright, moving onward. Here we go. Timestamp 2:33. Let's go ahead and scrub to that. 2:33 and 0 frames. Oh, here we go. GoPro off at 2:33. Oh, I didn't make note of this. Anyway, you see this view here? Watch this. We're gonna go ahead and go, I forgot to mention this. Trevor takes off runway 7 at a heading of almost approximately 50 to 60. I believe this is the direction that he heads almost immediately. Note the bridge. I'll go ahead and pull that back up. We're gonna scoot back a little. Sorry, we're going back in time. Here we go. Okay, there we go. Note the bridge, note the hangars, these 3 buildings here. Boom, 3 buildings there. See the 3 buildings in that L shape and that little tiny building there, the bridge, the river. He is heading almost exactly in this direction. Look at this. I'm gonna zoom out here. We're gonna scoot right where the plane is. Look at that. What do we see in the distance? Let's scoot up a bit. It's been a while since I've looked at this. Let's come up a little. What do you see off in the distance? I'm gonna go straight from this heading. I'm just gonna start moving in this direction. Oh, what's that in the distance over there? That is the crash site right there. He was literally heading straight towards it, which makes sense. That's where you crash. But, I don't know. Mammoth is north, right? Let's go ahead and type in Mammoth. There we go. If this is the Mammoth that he's talking about, whatever. You see Mammoth. There's a ski area. He said he was going to go snowboarding and whatnot. Here's Lompoc. That is approximately a heading. Let's go ahead and switch to north. That is a heading that is approximately 15 degrees east of north, which would be 360 minus 15, so 345. Or other way. Let's see. Heading east is 90, so heading north is 0. So 0 plus 15. That's a heading of approximately 15, if I got my headings correct. Why are you heading at approximately 50 to 60? Doesn't make sense, bro. Anyway, moving onward. We're going to go back to frame 233 and 0. What does it say? GoPro off at 233.0. I think I marked my frame wrong, but what I want to show you from this is you can actually see the reflection. Look right there. I'm going to prove to you that this pitot tube is just an illusion. That is not a tube in the background on the hood of the, we'll call it the chassis of the plane, the airframe, whatever. That is not in the background, all right? That is a pitot tube, I believe. That is airspeed indicator instrument. All right, and I'm gonna prove it. Let's zoom in way in. Okay, take note of this tube here in the foreground. I'm gonna go 1 frame at a time. You see how it's moving in relation to the background? It's not painted on, it's not a tube on the hood. Anyway, let's go back. I messed up my frame here, so now it's gonna take me a sec. GoPro off at 233. I think what I really meant to say was you can see the reflection right here. There's the pitot tube, there's the GoPro. Let's go a few frames in, go a few frames out. Oh, you see how, there you go. You see how let's zoom out a little bit, it'll be a little bit clearer. Okay, we're gonna go out. You see how, notice he has his GoPro in his hand already. That is a GoPro and a pitot tube. Moving onward. Okay, fuel indicator on hood at 237.16, 237.16, 237.16. All right, there is the fuel indicator on the hood. Let's scoot up. It is not as high as the other video, but it is up somewhat. I don't know exactly. I think higher is more fuel. I don't really know. Note the GoPro on the hood. This is the frame at which you can see the GoPro in his hand, I believe. Yeah, he's got the GoPro, he's yanking and banking, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Door already cracked before engine out. Timestamp 241.06. Let's go there. 241.06. Yeah, whatever. You can see the doors, obvious. Oh, this is 341, sorry. 241. I messed up some of my timestamps. Oh, that's why. 233, there we go. Duh, I'm an idiot. Anyway, 233, 0. GoPro's off. Off, off, off. There is no thing. He recorded the takeoff and a little bit, and that's it. It's gone. Pretty crazy. Sorry, I got ahead of everything. So 237. Trevor already has door craft. Something protruding. Okay, now I'm gonna look down here. Timestamp 229. We're gonna go back. Sorry, some of my notes are underneath the other ones. Any one of the notes that I had with a Google Earth thing is below all the other ones. Okay, note this view here. We're gonna go to timestamp 229:21. Okay, note this field here. Note this canyon, the highway, and the view of the hills. Let's pull up Google Earth again. I'm gonna go ahead and close my first tab. That was the takeoff. You see this view here? You see that? Here we go. Back and forth. There's that little valley. There's that little building. Highway, farm. Note this shape patch here. There's that exact same patch. Boom. I'll show you where this is looking. Okay. What we are doing is we're looking out that way towards south, I believe. Yeah, this is pretty close to south. So we were like right here. There's Lompoc Airport right there. We're still at about a heading of 50 to 60, something like there. So we're still heading straight towards what I was talking about. I'm gonna look at the next Google Earth timestamp, 240:11. I'm gonna go ahead and close this one. Here's the timestamp. You can see the Zaka reservoir here, and we're gonna go ahead and go to that time frame. 240:11. Here we go. 240 and 11 frames. Okay, note this lake. Note that very prominent stratified ridge. Stratified meaning there are layers of rock in like this horizontal whatever orientation. Let's see, 240. Okay, check this out. You see that? You see the river. The view you're seeing from the plane is about right here. We're a little higher, so we're like right here. You can almost see the bald ridge right over there. Anyway, you get the point, right? There's that, there's that. Let's look back towards Lompoc again. Boom, we are still on the exact same heading. Alrighty, let's go ahead and kill this one. Okay, next frame that is noted on Google Earth is 243:01. Let's scoot to that. 243:01. Alright, you can see the Bald Mountain Ridge. This is where the engine is starting to have issues. Note the door is cracked open. 243:01. Okay, yeah. Here we go. That is this view here. This is about where he's at. You can see, there's that ridge. Okay, so I'm just going to point a few things out while we're here. Notice this Pitot camp, cold water camp. Here's the crash site right there. Notice this. I'm just going to go right back here. And we're going to go, where was it? We'll get to that here in a sec, but I guarantee you, yeah, there we go. Look at this. There's a house right there. I'm going to zoom out. There's the crash site. We're going to use the distance measure function. The crash is about almost exactly there. There's the house. That's 2.59 miles. That plane could have very easily crashed into that house. I'll get to that view in a sec, the exact view. Okay, go back to the top timestamps. Here we go. Trevor already had his GoPro in hand. 259. Engine out. 241. Let's go. Oops, I did not mean to do that. I am gonna have to cut those frames. Let's see, we're going to 241:06 just to show the doors out. This was the first thing that I noticed, the doors out. So we got 241.06. Notice the door is cracked. It's also cracked in this view, as indicated by being able to see forward with the reflection of the window. That door is cracked open there. All right, 259.07. Let's go there. 259.07. Oh, cool, I got the exact one. There's the crash site. Trevor already has his GoPro in hand. 259.17 to 302.25. Notice what he's doing right now. And it makes sense. I mean, you have a view, but this is the point at which he kind of moves back and forth, but this is the point at which you can really see. Note the fuel indicator, and also we're going to go ahead and just watch what he does. Oh, do you see what he did? He just grabbed something. All right. 302.25. So we're going to go ahead and go here. All right. And Bear and Flying Club also noticed something here. So let's take a peek. Something protruding inside his jacket at 308. What's this right there? What is that? Something in your jacket. 308.17. Look at that. There's obviously something in his jacket right there. Oh, okay. Next timestamp is 317. 317.14. Check this out. Baron Flying Club, shout out to you. I actually didn't watch your video first, but this is a really good eye. Okay, look at this perch here. 317.14. Very clear. Okay, you can see the main panel for the rear window, and then the next little beam up there. Let's go ahead and rewind a little bit. Let's take a peek at that. Let's take a peek at that. Okay, let's zoom back in here. Notice here's the thing, there's the tube. So the perch is right above the tube, right? Let's go back to 317.14. 317.14. Here we go. Oops, we're zoomed in. That's why it looks weird. 317.14. Okay. That is where the GoPro was, exactly where it was. The tube, rear window, little circular perch. We're going to do this one more time. Tube. There's that circular thing. The GoPro should be right underneath it. It's gone, so I believe that's the one that he actually jumped out with. Oh, yeah, one more thing that somebody did also notice is this has the little white thing. That'll come in handy here in a sec. All right, so we're gonna go back to where we were, 317.14. Here we go, 317.14. That's the clearest view right there. The GoPro should be literally right there. It's not. I'm gonna make sure. All right. So we went over the 243.01. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of that tab. Okay. Moving onward. Bird at 355.08, confirming this is indeed a condor sanctuary. I believe it's condor. I might be wrong on the type of bird. 355.08. Check this out. It's pretty crazy. And the reason why I noticed this is I was actually looking for cars, anybody camping out, any type of person hanging out, or some type of assistance that could have been premeditated. I was looking for that. So here we go. Take a look down here in the bottom right of the graphics of the video. 355.08. Look at that. What is that? I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on that. Okay. That looks like a bird to me, flapping its wings. It could be an artifact, but that looks very much like a bird. Just thought it was interesting. Let's go ahead and move on. Okay. GoPro never used, timestamp 4:02, 4 minutes and 22 frames. That is a GoPro. Look at that. There's only a few frames here. And when I looked at my last video, I realized I kind of skipped through this. That is a GoPro. There's the little lens on the front. There's only a few frames here, but that is very clearly a GoPro. That is the inner, right there's the first little strut. That is the inner thing. That's a GoPro. That footage was never used in this video. Let's go ahead. And what is this? I noticed this too. What the hell is that hanging off the plane right there? What is that? I don't know if it has any significance or if that's fuel leaking or a line. What the hell is that? I thought that was weird. I don't think planes normally have like cables or fuel lines, or is that fuel leaking? No, it looks solid. I don't know what that is. Anyway, timestamp of that GoPro first scene, I'm gonna go back a little bit, is 1:49:22. 1:49:22, and I think I already showed you guys this. Yes, right there. That is a GoPro. That's the best frame of the GoPro. 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 Moving forward. Alright, we're going to go back to 4 minutes. Here we go. 4 minutes. Cockpit main last view, 4 minutes and 8 frames. There we go. Cockpit main view, GoPro last seen at 4:00:08. I don't know exactly what I was talking about, but yeah, here's the last view of the cockpit, and that GoPro, I believe, was... I think that's the perch. It's hard to tell, everything's upside down now, but whatever. Moving onward. Here we go. Fire extinguisher chapters legs first appear at 3:52:27. Sorry, we're going back. The notes are kind of, they have things that happen and then they tell when they first appear. 3:52:27. Here we go. For anybody who thinks that there's nothing strapped to his leg, like, come on. Look at this. There's obviously something weird there. Clear shot at 3:58:26. We're going to go there. 3:58:26. Here we go. Let's go to 3:58:26. Oh, we're a second ahead. Boom. I already showed that in my other video, so we're not going to dwell on that. 3:58:26. Right leg white. And then 4:02:19. Okay, so we already went over all this. Well, yeah, you can see that. Look at this. His leg is... That's a very strange shape for the pants. 4:02:19. Let's go to that. Okay. 4:02:19. Alright, so this, I believe, as people have pointed out, this thing is actually white. We already saw that. This is white. What did I say? 4:02:02. What is that? 4:02:19. Sorry, I lost. Red 5:40:22. 4:04:02. We're 2 seconds behind. Yeah, anyway, you can see the white there under there. You can also see white here. 4:04:02. We're at 4:02:19:18. Okay, we're going to go 2 seconds ahead. There's definitely something in here, and I think it's a water bottle. I'll prove it to you later. 4:04:02. Yep, you can see the white coming out. Somebody pointed that out in the comments. Good eye. I thought it was artifacting or just bad angles. We're going to scoot forward and then we're going to come back on this note of the fire extinguishers or whatever. So we're going to go to 5:40:22. 5:40:22. Look at that. And I showed this in the other video. I'm going to make sure my head's not in the way if I clip it here. That is some type of tape, and that is obvious. I mean, come on, like, it's literally falling out of his thing. Okay. And in reference to the fire extinguisher, so I believe the left leg is fire extinguisher, the right leg might be water or some type of something else. So let's go to 54206. This one's crazy. This is only one frame. Trevor, you forgot to edit this out. What's that, bro? This is what looks like tape, as people have mentioned. You have a red tank here. You have a white thing sticking out there. One frame. Literally, watch. I'm going to go back a frame. Edited. Go forward a frame. Forward a frame. It's gone. It's one frame. It's insane. 543.24. We're going to go ahead one more second. 543.24. Here we go. He's falling. Notice his jacket, and it says 543.24. Okay. Look at that. Look at that white there. And that weird shape. I mean, here's the calf. The ankle is like right here. Your pants aren't going to be sticking out like that unless there's something behind them. Okay. So I'm going to go back to the next thing. I already showed this in my last video, but whatever, I'm going to show it again. So we're going back to my next note, which says altimeter appears at clearly seen at 402 19. Yeah, so I showed that. First appears at 352.29. We already did that. 352.29. There it is. So we're going to go ahead and zoom in. I cannot tell what direction. I can't tell what it says, but anyway. Next note says, why didn't he land in the clear spot at 533.25? 533.25. Look at this. This is like absolutely. Why didn't you land right there? Literally like 100 feet over. What the hell? Dead giveaway, red canister, left leg, and white one. 540.22. I think I went over this already. 540, yeah. 540.22. 542.06. 542.06. We saw that. And again at 543.17. 543.17. There's some red there. See that red? That's not the bottom of the pants, as some people are saying. And then the white one is 543.24. I believe I showed that. Yep. There you go. See the white there? Okay, next note. What disappears from his jacket? 552.18. What is it? 552.18. Let's go ahead and scrub there. 552. Notice the protrusions in his jacket here. I think it's a water bottle and I think it breaks. I think it breaks. I'll prove it to you. 552.18. Here we go. Watch his jacket here. 552.18. See how there's something being pushed up? Oh, what just happened? See how there's something being pushed up? I think he watched through it and knew there was something in there, and then boom. I think it's gone from that frame to that frame. I think he edited. I think what he did was he realized when he was editing that he could see it. And while he landed, I bet he was self-conscious and realized, hey, there's something in there. Maybe he moved it, maybe he didn't. I don't know. Maybe it's something, maybe it isn't. At 6:11:12, there's something there in his jacket for sure. The next timestamp is actually 5:58:02. So we're going to skip to that. My notes are a little jumbled at this point because I noticed things and then wrote them later. 5:58:02. Oh, what's this? Is that water? Watch this again. I think that's water. You see that weird brightness? I thought it was like an artifact. Look at this. There is water or something reflecting sunlight. Look at this. Look at this. 5:58:02 and then 5:58:18. Look at that. Those look like drops of water. That looks wet. Let's go to frame 18. Look at this. That is wet. That is wet right there. Ladies and gentlemen, there was a water bottle in there and I think he broke it. Look at that. That is clearly some type of moisture. What the hell? Look at that. That is clearly some type of moisture. I think he broke a water bottle in his jacket, which is important because he said he didn't have any. He's a liar. Liar, 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 pants on fire. All right, and then the next time frame I have noted would be, yeah, 606. 60609. 606. Yeah, see, look down here. It's wet. It's wet, 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 wet. Look at all that. That's not blood. That would be a lot of blood. That is a broken water bottle is what that is. So I think he had a water bottle in his jacket, and he might have had another water bottle or smoke or something in his pants. He was prepared. This was all premeditated. It's an absolute lie. Okay. 61112. What is that? Maybe not. Yeah, 61112. So let's go ahead and go to that frame. Okay, we're looking at his jacket here. Look at this. Something's protruding. 61112. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and. Okay, so notice how this stick is pushing on his chest here. It's gonna be interacting with this up here. So we're gonna go 2 frames. Look at that. Something is being pushed by this stick and sticking out of his jacket. Yep, look at that. Yep, yep, yep. There was something in his jacket, and I think it's a water bottle, and it's leaking right now. Okay, next frame would be 807. So we're going to go ahead and scroll forward quite a bit. 80704. And notice how his jacket is gone. He's cleaned up. And I think it's because he broke his water. I think he drank all the water he could right there, I would imagine, if it was broken enough. Okay. Now, this could be a part of the crash, but notice how the bushes are already kind of stepped on here. They're like trampled. It indicates that perhaps he's already walked here. I don't know. Maybe it's the plane, something hit there. I don't know. It seems kind of weird. If something hit, it would still be there. Yeah, so we're just going to go through that. It looks like this is all stepped on, as in he's been here before. Yeah, we're going to go back to that. It looks like this has all been stepped on before, and then he came back and found the plane. So, pretty weird to me. Tail number at 838. 22. So I believe this is the clearest shot of the tail number. November Charlie 29508. Whatever, I'll show that screenshot or something. Okay, moving onward. The next note says, why is he carrying the parachute at 9:01:24? 9:01:24. Let's zoom out. So you can see he has the parachute, and then I think that's his jacket hanging right there. Yeah. So this is the part at which I tried to figure out which way did he go. So you can see his shadow is straight in front of him. This is midday or so. So if the sun is going from the west, I think this would be towards the east a little bit. Let's see. Timestamp reference 1041. So I kind of just scrubbed through here and tried to figure out where he went. And if he said he's been walking for X amount of time, I thought, okay, let's try to figure out where he is. So 10:41:24 is the next stamp. 10:41:24. I believe I found this view in Google Earth, and I have 3 links to this because it's really hard to get to ground level in Google Earth. Sometimes you'll middle click and try to rotate the camera down, and it'll pop you out behind the mountain. So I had a really hard time getting this one to stick. So okay, we're gonna go over these 3 shots. Notice this white ridge here, the foreground ridge, that little white thing, and this canyon, as well as that. Note that. So we're gonna click on this. Okay, I don't think that's the best view. I think this is really, really close right here. White, white. Little tiny white behind the ridge. Little tiny white behind, actually. It's so hard to get, yeah. Anyway, this is, I believe, where he went. So I believe he went straight down the hill. Notice this canyon, that hill. Look at that canyon. Canyon there, foreground, little white ridges, canyon. I believe that's this view. So where is this view? Let's go ahead and scroll out. Oh, there we go. Here's the crash site. Right about there. So he didn't really make it that far by this time. So I think he was, yeah, like I said, he's somewhere down here. This is kind of the view that he's looking at. He's kind of zoomed in too, I think. Yeah, so I think that's almost exactly the view that he's looking at there. Okay. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about, we're going to go ahead and get rid of these three. Well, I'll just zoom out and talk about my reasoning for doing this. So, I believe the way he took out was somewhere out this way. I believe he just walked down the canyon. How far is that, you would ask? Let's see. So, from the crash site, which is, there it is. So from the crash site, about right there, to down there, that's a mile. And we're gonna do a bunch of little points so we can, I don't know how to scroll where we're doing this. There we go. 6 miles, 9 miles, 10 miles, 12 miles. So I believe this is about the closest you would see a car is somewhere, let's see, these are like dirt. Well, I guess those are little roads. They kind of go in and out of the little river. So yeah, I think the shortest he walked was about 7-8 miles to get to anywhere where a car could get. You know, maybe here. And so here's my whole reasoning with why I tried to recreate his hike. I wanted to try to figure out which direction he went and where would be the easiest way to get a car. So let's take a look at the notes, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So the next thing I want to point out is houses. Let's go ahead and kill this frame, kill that frame, kill that frame. All right. Here's the first house that I noted, and I think I already showed you. See the house? Zooming out, zooming out, zooming out, out. There's the crash site right there. You saw where the house was, right? See that house? We're gonna zoom up so we get the best measurement. I'll do this again. Crash site is about right there. House is right there. 2.58 miles. Okay. That could have hit that house. Next one. Here's the other house that I noticed that was pretty close by. Because I was trying to find roads. I was trying to figure out like where would you go if you planned this out. So notice the house is right here. Yeah, so here's the house. The other house was, I believe, West Forest Creek, yeah, or whatever it was. So we're not that far away from the other one. We're just down the road. So we're going to go ahead and measure from here to the crash site, less than 2.5. So there's at least 2 houses within 2.5 miles. And I tried to look through the mountains here in this area to see what type of roads and whatnot there were. Let's actually pull up Google Maps. And then I have a saved Trevor thing. I marked all of the interesting things here. So I marked some schools and stuff nearby. There's the crash site. Here's a campground, a trailhead. Yeah, I just tried to mark businesses that would be interesting to contact. There's a winery and a couple of other things. So that's going to be about it for this video. I'll go ahead and show my little notepad again. So I had some timestamps, some things that I noticed. You can go ahead and freeze frame this and zoom in. Yeah, tell me what you think. Did you learn anything new? Those frames with the fire extinguishers, the new ones are pretty crazy. I'm going to show those one more time and that's it. Dead giveaway, red canister, 540. Yeah, so there's this frame here. Dead giveaway, red canister. 2 seconds into the future, 542. Look at that, boom. White, red. 543.17. Red. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. I gotta get going.